A lot that we're hearing, and it's specifics, which you don't normally hear, and we're hearing from the agent. That's one thing. We're hearing nothing from Ross or Mark. We're also hearing nothing from anybody about Jose. And the reason why I bring this up is because it's such a strange set of circumstances. If you liked Jose and if you appreciate what he's been able to do for this team, and you've seen some people have had the bat flip tattooed on their calves and their backs. He has meant a whole bunch to this franchise. Do you find it interesting, or what do you take out of it that you're hearing really virtually nothing at all about what's going on with Jose? And what do you think is going to happen with Jose as a free agent this year?
Well, what I think has happened is that, I think the Blue Jays must have said something along the lines of, we'll take the qualifying, we're willing to go the qualifying offer, and that's it for now. And I don't think there have been discussions much beyond that with Jose Bautista. And this could be something where they want him to go to the market and see what the market tells him about his price and then circle back. Or this could be something where, the Blue Jays have now that he's rejected the qualifying offer, have turned the page on Jose as well. And I'm certain to a certain degree that the Blue Jays are probably pretty excited about the prospect of having 3 draft picks in the first round. Thanks to the compensatory picks for Encarnacion and Bautista, it's going to be really a chance for them to be very creative in the draft, manipulate the rules a little bit, and maybe help reload the farm system in an accelerated fashion. But I think at this point, we could assume that Jose Bautista is going to end up elsewhere.
Shy, because of those picks we're going to get for Edwin and Jose, does that make it more likely that potentially they could sign Dexter Fowler and then part with their first-round pick themselves?
So that's an interesting question, and my sense earlier on was that there was a willingness for the Blue Jays to go that route, and now I'm wondering if they're rethinking it a little bit and want to try to keep the pick. And, Dexter Fowler, there's going to be a lot of interest in Dexter Fowler. The fact that Josh Reddick got a 4-year deal from the Astros, I think most people figured he was going to end up at 3 years, may signify a bit where the market's going. And, Dexter Fowler could end up at 5 years at this point. And are the Blue Jays going to be willing to make that commitment? That's going to be interesting to find out. I'm not sure how many teams are going to be willing to make that commitment of 5 years to Fowler at this point. But that may be what it takes. And I think, in a lot of ways, Reddick may set a bit of a market for that mid-range kind of free agent. So my guess right now is that the Blue Jays would want to keep the pick, have the 3 first-rounders next year, and really, accelerate that reload of the system.
Shi Davidi, our guest columnist and baseball columnist, Sportsnet and Sportsnet.ca. Shi, one of the things you unearthed yesterday, Sean Rodriguez of the Pirates, a possible fit with the Toronto Blue Jays. What do you know about those conversations and his role, if indeed he might be part of the conversation here with the Toronto Blue Jays at all?
Well, he's clearly someone that they have some interest in, and he's a fit because he's one of those Swiss Army knife type of players that has multiple uses. You can use him at first base a little bit to complement Justin Smoke. You can use him in a corner outfield spot. He's played some second base, some shortstop, some third. So he could be a potential protection if Devin Travis isn't ready or has some health issues along the way during the season. He can cover for Troy Tulowitzki if he needs a day off and you're looking for some offense. Same thing for Josh Donaldson. So, he's a really versatile guy, and he's got some pop. He's played in the American League East. He was with the Tampa Bay Rays for 5 years. Blue Jay fans may remember what a pain he could be with the quality of bats that he delivers. So he can really be a nice piece on the roster. But the Blue Jays are looking at Steve Pearce as well, and he can do that to a bit of a lesser degree. But it's just interesting that that's the kind of player that they're looking at.